Now, a lot of emphasis is being placed on addressing the learning loss from the pandemic. However, as Shamela Pullen now tells us, there are concerns about the psychological impact of the pandemic on students.
From anxiety to withdrawal, these are among some of the issues being faced by some students as they return to the physical classroom. President of the Jamaica Association of Guidance Counselors in Education, Tracy and Taft Thompson, however, says a full assessment will have to be done to determine the mental impact of the closure of schools on students. She first points to behavioral patterns observed when classes were online.
It's been reported that they're antisocial. Some prefer to just be at home, especially those students in the grade level 7 to 9. They tend to want to be by themselves, I guess, based on their stage of development. The younger ones, ages roughly 6 to 12 or 11, they tend to want to play. So they are so excited to be out. So it's a matter of reining them in and teaching them self-control.
As a result, readjusting to the formal school system might be difficult for some.
The ethos of every school is different. And as such, it is critical that the needs assessment is done by the counselors. One brush can't fit all schools. You know, the rural schools have a different setup from even the urban schools. So those counselors, it will be a bit difficult. As an association, what we have been doing, though, is trying to share best practices. So what have you been doing as an urban school? What have you been doing as a rural school that has been working?
Consultant psychiatrist Dr. Earl Wright stresses the importance of the need for parents to look out for signs in their children's behavior.
And if the child becomes more clingy, the child doesn't want to play as before, the child doesn't want to go to school, you need to talk to the child, listen to the child, hear what's the problem, and try to support the child, do something about it.
Both experts contend that in order to address learning loss, the psychological impact of the pandemic on students must be considered.
They are not accustomed to getting up at a certain time. They have been spending a lot of time at home. So the changes in routine need to be spelled out. What time are you going to wake up in the morning? What time are you going to have breakfast? What time, how are you going to get to school? Who is going to pick you up? And what time, when is playtime, when is not playtime?
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.